Hello everybody, we are back for Daily Challenge October 29th. I'm with Becky today. We just finished a surprise one that I'm not sure... We just finished a blind run of Spelunky, if you get my drift. Wink, wink, but you can't see me winking. Anyway, who should I play, Becky?
Not the blind person.
Okay.
Maybe the person with the flashlight in his helmet.
The person with a flashlight in his helmet? Like the one that looks like Indiana Jones?
Yeah, because to be quite frank, I think you need another, I don't know, flashlight or something along those lines.
You think I need an extra bit of advantage in order to succeed these days?
Yeah, especially after what I did to you.
Yes. After you gouged out my eyes in real life.
It wasn't quite like that.
No, not quite.
It was more like I didn't understand...
Cool. Parachute.
I didn't understand the mechanics of Spelunky at all.
Yes.
So when I thought you were hanging on an edge, I was like, why aren't you going? And the things that I thought were ladders were actually backgrounds.
Yeah. Basically what we're talking about is I played with a blindfold on and Becky described... I don't know the order I'm putting these things up. So I played with a blindfold and Becky tried to direct me around. And of course it was a failure, like we knew that was going to happen. But it was a failure much more spectacular than I even imagined when I was playing it. I at least thought I was like moving in different directions, but most of the time I was just standing still.
The best part is like how much of an asshole you were.
Well, that was intentional.
Was it?
Yeah.
Made me laugh a lot.
Because I mean, it was such a ridiculous thing we were doing that acting like a dick seemed appropriate.
It seemed appropriate.
Yeah.
So it's appropriate to act like a dick to your
wife.
Huh?
No. Only when we're doing something like that.
Right.
Then it is. It is appropriate then.
Yeah, I like at one point I was just like, fine, do it yourself.
And then I immediately started making a lot more progress really quickly, and then I died. But...
On spikes.
Yes. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I guess.
I guess.
Alright, so today, are we doing anything special? I think we want...
We're doing a daily challenge, it's special.
It is special. We're gonna... We're stealing this guy's shit.
Are you...
It's just the way you have to do things.
Kissing the shopkeeper with lead?
I did. I kissed him with lead.
I got that now.
You're like, why didn't you hit the kiss button? And I was like,
I didn't say kiss button.
That was the implication.
Well,
you're like, why didn't you kiss him?
Well, you were telling me like go closer to him, almost like we're kissing.
It was vague as far as instructions go.
That was probably the funniest part of that.
Oh, I'm
sure. Because, like, you were not explaining at all. Because kissing is part of this game.
Well, yeah, because of the, like, kissing booths and whatnot.
It was so
kissing
confusing.
Parlors. I can understand why it was confusing. It makes sense to me.
I guess you kissed I'm sorry, the shopkeeper. And really what I did was, like, I'm gonna kiss him with lead.
And you're like, why didn't you kiss him? And I was like, what? I tried. I almost picked up the shotgun. I tried to basically feel it out, where to run for the shotgun, and then shoot him with it, because it's so ingrained in my muscle memory, and I came pretty close. That's okay.
Good for you.
It's what I work on.
I know. I can tell. It's great. It's fucking great.
Yep. Alright, so we've got this idol here. We don't want to make a rock fall on us today, probably. And we do have to worry about the shopkeeper. So I'm not going to pick that... Okay, so someone's been asking me, why don't you pick that up when you've already angered the shopkeepers and stuff? Well, one of the reasons is because I might want to pick up other shit in the level, and it crushes a lot of shit in the level. I would like to end that shopkeeper's life down there, but that's okay. You can't win them all. I want that key.
Is the key the golden... Oh,
that thing, yeah. The key you need in order to get the Ujedi, which is something borderline necessary for getting to the City of Gold.
See, now I'm slightly learning.
Yeah. One of the other issues is that Becky thought stuff that was in the background was part of the relevant gameplay.
Well, I mean, you have ladders.
Yeah, it makes sense why you would think that when you haven't played the game before. I'm not saying that you were somehow wrong for that. I thought it was one of the better Spelunky times we have, and I think we'll do it again, though rarely.
I don't think we should do it again.
I don't think it's only a one-time novelty. I think it's a multiple-time novelty.
Not with Spelunky. Choose another game first, and then we'll try.
Like Blind Hotline Miami? That would be insane.
You're
like, go to the oh, I'm dead. Go to the oh, you're dead. Oh, go to the oh, you're dead.
That would just not even be fun.
No, it'd be insane. Do I want that stuff for a rope? Yeah, sure, why not? I just kind of want to see what's up here in case there's a crate. There wasn't. That's okay.
What?
That I don't even remember. I know what the notes about cliteracy were, but I don't know, or ill cliteracy. The rest of it I can't speculate even about.
These are your notes.
Oh fuck. Well, at least that guy went away. What's he doing down there? Is he just chilling? Okay.
What? Sometimes I don't wanna...
What's happening?
Should I be reading your cue cards?
I don't have anything secret in there, so I mean, feel
well,
free.
obviously you did.
What does it say?
As we talked about in the last Spelunky.
Oh, well, we're talking about the note, in case you didn't see it, where I said, Becky, don't read these in advance, because when you do so, well, I'd like to preserve two illusions.
It says explicitly, don't read the cards. I like to preserve two illusions. My spontaneity, and then I have better things to do.
Then take down notes.
When not recording.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense, I'm sure, because everybody's probably like, yeah, that is pretty stupid.
All you do is prep your comedy show, which only 100 people watch. In fact, you've gotten comments that are like, can you make your own channel? God's sake.
Well, I have now. Are you happy, you mofos? One thing I think has been important for my Spelunky channel development has been the abuse that I frequently launch at my audience. Been telling my fans to go fuck off and shit. Jokingly, of course.
No.
Oh, shit. This is like a... Oh, God, no.
That shopkeeper, he's going nuts.
Oh, God! He's got a buddy now!
Oh, so what are poop movies?
Poop movies? Well, when I used to live in the dorms, we used to name our poops after movies.
Oh.
Like Ghost or Operation Dumbo Drop.
That was not as clever.
Well, it's almost a little too obvious.
Ghost is clever.
Ghost, yeah. Or March of the Penguins. That's one of the better ones.
March of the Penguins is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, that one's dead. Come on over here, buddy. There we go.
I remember those days.
Yeah, those were good times. Don't you think you're getting me? Okay, where's the Matic? I don't want to waste bombs if I don't have to. There it is. This was kind of an interesting one. I would really love for the ghost to come and to be able to ghost that vault, but I'm not sure how to pull that off and live. We can keep that in mind. Oh shit, I hope the ghost doesn't come from this side, but I think he will now. Yep. We just got a lot of bombs though, that's pretty cool. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to ghost this shit. You know what? I'm pretty sure I won't be able to ghost this shit. It's time to go. I made an effort to try and be risky there. And try to make that stuff happen. I just couldn't make it happen in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully there'll be a cape on this level. Maybe the black market will be on this level. Lots of exciting God, another shopkeeper?
Do you have delusions sometimes that you're like...
That I'm actually a Splunker in real life?
No.
Oh, because... No, I don't have those.
That you're like, after playing this game, in which I'm totally relaxed and happy, I'm gonna get to work and I'm gonna do some work.
No, I don't have any illusions like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I totally still have these illusions. I'm like, you know what?
You have the illusion that this is like...
I'm gonna go write my response paper as soon as
That's what they call magical thinking. Okay, so we're on a fish level. Yeah, I'll go in there. I might go to the secret level thing. Where did the crown just go? Did it just explode?
Probably.
That's weird. Never seen that happen before.
Yeah.
Did it end up in the water?
Don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Obviously I don't know how this game works at all.
No, it's okay.
My only point of reference is Super Mario Brothers from 1988 or whatever.
Yeah. I'm worried about all these little Skeletor piranhas. Whoa! Why do I always think I can do this?
I don't know.
This guy's at least dead. That feels pretty good. Okay, okay. Huh. I just used our last rope to do this. That probably was...
Why did you do that?
Silly.
Why did you do that?
Because I want to kill the big fish in here. But we have to kill the little fish first in order to kill the big fish.
Indeed.
It's just like dark... Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Motherfucker! Why do I get so greed-sacky?
Because one of your viewers said that greedy's better.
Yeah, they did say that. So I started doing it, and look what happened. We end up 38th after a half an hour of play.
Can I tell you what I think?
We ended under Old Crow, which I'm pretty sure is the name of someone who... the Umber clan in Game of Thrones.
I don't think you should actually be greedy when you're doing the daily challenge, but maybe when you're just doing your next adventures.
I don't know. It's fun to be greed sack, though.
But if you want to place high on daily challenge, maybe not.
Do I?
You know, I often make fun of him because he's just always like, I got second ones. But like,
I know. I actually jokingly put it on top of my Google Plus page. I just put the thing up there, and I was gonna like reference it as, yeah, I got second one time. Yeah, back a while ago I got second.
But he did show me his like overall ranking.
Oh my fucking lord! Did you see me get hit by that arrow? That was almost Olympic.
What's your overall ranking?
I'm like, I don't know, 38th or something
That's pretty
in
good.
top 10 daily challenges.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. I think it's pretty good. We'll try to do a speed run here.
Once I saw that, I was more convinced.
You were more convinced that what?
That you were good at this game.
Well, it's not so much that I'm good at this game, than that I just play it a lot.
I mean, isn't that the case with everything? It's
Yes.
Like 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration.
Yes.
Maybe we should be perspiring over something else.
No. You mean like Amnesia: The Dark Descent?
No, I mean like, I don't know.
Like solving world hunger?
Yeah, something like that.
That would be pretty ironic if I came up with a way to solve world hunger through Spelunky. Shit. That was just stupid. We'll speed run another time.
How are you gonna solve world hunger through Spelunky?
Reward people with a game of Spelunky every time they farm successfully.
That's a lot of work for one game.
It's a lot of fun. It's quite addictive.
It is.
You can make that happen with cocaine, I'm sure. Maybe that'll solve world hunger.
That is not. That's not okay, Jay. It's not politically correct.
That's not okay. I'll say it's okay. I told you it was okay and I meant it.
Oh my god.
Alright, so what's gonna happen in here?
I'm not reading the rest of your list because I think they're boring.
The rest of my list? What was even on the list?
Something about making a trailer with Pearl, Tinkerbell.
Oh, no, that was completely different. Don't worry about that.
What?
I would say don't tell them about that. It's embarrassing, but it just doesn't even matter.
Oh.
That was something totally
your notes,
different.
Your notes.
Sometimes I put fake notes in because I know you're gonna read them.
I didn't understand that.
Why don't you understand that? You should understand it. You just read them. Right above the note that says, don't read these. I like to preserve the illusion that I have a spontaneous personality and sense of humor, and that I have better things to do than to take down notes about what I'm going to say during a Spelunky recording when I'm in the shower. That's... You're looking at me like you're embarrassed to be married to me. Is that true? That's true, isn't it?
Well...
What
It
the
depends
fuck?
on one stage of life. No?
Not sure what the fuck...
What that means?
Yeah, well, no, I wasn't saying, like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I was confused about something that I was looking at. But that's okay.
I don't know, if we're still, like, really early 20s, probably not,
But nowadays?
But now, I'm starting to question your commitment to Spelunky.
It was part of our wedding vows.
I don't think it was, actually.
Well, I guess you weren't paying attention. I said something about, you will follow me down any cave.
That's not...
Even as it goes through a jungle. Even when old Bitey snags my genitals.
No.
You don't think you said that?
No.
Oh my god.
It was something like, do I promise to, I don't know, not hurt you, and you were like, or promise that I won't hurt you, and we were like, no. Well, I promise that you'll try not to hurt the other person, and we were like, yeah.
So...
That was kind of our wedding vows, actually. We wanted to make them more realistic, because the other ones just seemed stupid. So we're like, that's not really the case.
Yeah, agreed.
And we also had this, this pact that was like, well, we could always get divorced, which everybody thought we were joking, but we were actually serious. We were like, well, it doesn't work out. It's worked out thus far for 5 years, so.
Yeah. Wait, has it only been 5 years?
No.
Almost 6.
No, before we got married.
Oh.
We got married.
Yeah.
So you've been together for 11.
I should talk about my experiences working at Steak and Shake. That's good.
No.
You don't want to hear about the fake names that I've invented for people?
What?
Oh my god, another... Why do I keep doing that? I'm so close to being able to purchase one of those bomb bags. We're doing it. So I was trained by a lady we'll call Cargello. That name is obviously close to this lady's real name, but that's okay.
No one would know that until you just said that.
Well, Cargello doesn't sound like a name. It's like me saying... It's like when Brick says, I love lamp, and whatever that movie is. I can't believe you just laughed so hard at that. It's like, are you just saying that because you saw a lamp in the room? It's similar. It was like I came up with a name. Anyway, Cargello was like, okay, I'll train you on how to do soups. And I was like, how do you do it? She's like, well, to clean the soups, and this is like part of my job every once in a while, what you have to do is take out the soups and the chili in these vats, and the first thing you do is thaw the soup in the back and the chili in the back, which exist in these giant ice blocks in the freezer. Mm-hmm. And so you take them and thaw them out in warm water before you eventually have to put them back in after you clean the soup container. Mm-hmm. But the way that cleaning the soup container worked was actually kind of gross, where you just remove them and then you put in this detergent. And they said, well, the soup, they aren't hot enough at the level that they're normally kept in. So you have to crank it up really high to like 9, and then you put in the cleaning solution. And when I did that the first time with her watching me, it created all this like poison gas that flew around. And, oh my god. And then the manager was like, what the hell is going on in here? And I was like, Cargello just told me to do this. And he was like, you gotta be kidding me. And it made like all this hot poison gas, because it was like scalding hot metal. And she just told me to put the detergent in. And then, she also trained me on salads, and what I had to do was take all the stickers that listed like Friday and put the Saturday stickers on for the salads, and I was like, shouldn't I be making new salads? And they were like, no, they don't go bad, those are just for the health inspectors. And I was like, okay. And so it turns out we were just like relabeling the stickers, and one of my friends who worked there for a while, he goes, you know, it's faster if you use a knife and just cut the stickers off than if you remove them with your hands. And I was like, okay. And so then there were just stickers stuck to the salad, and I was remaking them because I felt too guilty to let people eat the salad that had like a sticker that said FRI, like sitting, that had been stuck to some of the lettuce. And so that's what salad duty was. It was just replacing... I mean, honestly, it wasn't even harder work to make new salads than to re-sticker all the salads. Can you imagine that? Like, how cheap must they be?
Can I be quite frank?
Is this going to be libel or slander?
I have had well, no, because you're...
Look at all these little spideys. I picked one up. Do you see that? Look how cute it is.
I guess it depends on your perspective. It's more like whistleblowing.
Yeah.
I think the way that you come down on Snowden is actually the way that you would come down on what you're saying.
So I'm going to be convicted of treason? I'm going to have to be extradited?
Not treason. Maybe slander.
Maybe like light treason, like in Arrested Development. So anyway,
maybe
let's get back to Cargello. Cargello had some other cool stuff that happened to her. One time they found her passed out in the bathroom about 2 weeks after she trained me, and I used trained with scare quotes. And so they found her passed out, and she had an extreme cocaine overdose. But that's okay. They let her keep working there. So she had a crack or cocaine overdose. Yeah, and she kept working there. And then the next, I mean, I was. This is like the suburbs, people. This isn't like a bad area of town. And so then they also suspected her of stealing a lot of money from the register, but they couldn't prove it. But then she fled the state. And then she came back and they rehired her. And she also had a daughter who worked there who was pregnant and used to say constantly that she couldn't lift things. And she would just stand around and you would have to bus her tables for her, and then she would pick up the tips. And I remember thinking, like, I fully support, like, you know, rights for pregnant women in the workplace.
Right.
But then I realized she didn't even have to go on busing duty. She could have just waited tables and let someone else do the busing later. But instead she would go on busing duty and then stand around and have other people do her work.
Right.
So like, no, doggy! Oh god! Oh god! Alright, okay, so anyway, that was part of the fun. And What else happened? What else happened when I was there? Oh, so she was pregnant, and she was pregnant by one of the other employees who had 7 kids, and he was 22.
I feel like this is a lot of information.
Nobody knows which Steak and Shake I worked at. There are hundreds of locations. Bean Crock. Why do they cut the pickles the long way? You know what the official answer is that I had to give people? Because we can. And anybody who ever had to work there always made me...
That's what my parents used to say to me when I go to ask them why they were doing things.
Yeah.
It pissed me off enormously as a child.
Because we can.
So... That was a legitimate answer. It was almost like my dad, got really excited when he said it. Because I can. And I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's not that exciting. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe one day when you get to say it, because I can.
It'll just sound like really badass or something?
No, to be honest, I've said it to myself before when I was, eating candy for, dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Because I'm an adult, and because I can. But it still didn't make me feel any better. I was like, I shouldn't have eaten candy for dinner.
Even though you could, no one stopped you. You had the authority and political power to do it.
To eat candy for dinner.
Yeah.
Still.
No one...
Because I could. Still made me feel like crap.
Yeah. And then there was another employee who was working there who was growing hydroponic marijuana. And she said she couldn't even come into work unless she was high. I remember that. And I was like, wow.
I feel like... Are you sure the statute of limitations have passed on this in such a way that,
Yes, this was 10 years ago. I was a bright-eyed youngster setting out in the world to work my first, actual teenage job.
I remember dropping you off.
Yeah, it was fucking
in
terrible.
My car.
And the one guy showed up drunk some of the time, the manager.
Are you sure the statute of limitations has passed?
Yeah, I'm not even sure it's illegal to show up somewhere drunk. Might be against Steak and Shake policy. But I don't think that Steak and Shake policy is a statute of limitations.
Alright.
And anyway, that guy was still working there when I went back years later, so I guess they didn't care. It wasn't like he hid that he was drunk.
Well, I worked at much finer restaurant establishments.
I know you did.
Not fine dining. I'm just saying ones that didn't replace stickers with other stickers in order to
Yeah. In order to save a couple bucks.
Low quality food. Yeah. I worked at a lot of bakeries, and I worked in the back of the house cooking for a long time.
Yeah.
Making eggs.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Yep.
You didn't have anybody pass out from a drug overdose in the bathroom, though.
No, it's just a line chef. Let's see what else. The waitress for a while. I bartended for a while.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But I mean...
Adult sort of things.
No, but it was, God, I've been working since I was
Oh my fuck.
I've been working since I was 15. 15.
Yeah, that's like child labor.
Yeah, it kind of was. I mean,
I can't believe I survived that shit.
Because in the state that we lived in, it actually, wasn't, even though it probably should have been considered that.
Yeah. Uh-oh, that's gonna blow up the Kali altar.
I remember one day, oh my god, they scheduled me to work such a long shift. And I had explicitly asked
Is your
for it off.
complaint going to even come close to mine about my trainer passing out from a cocaine overdose in the bathroom?
No, it won't come close, but it will,
Also, I had to clean the women's restroom.
It will show you how...
And the women who came in there were very disturbed to find a man in there pulling out the tampon thing. Oh, and by the way, you know what that Steak and Shake used for their, sanitary tampon container? A to-go bag, which has the words Take-Home Sack on it. If you're familiar with Steak and Shake, I'm sure you've gotten something out of one of those bags before. And I can't speak to whether or not all Steak and Shakes did that, but definitely ours did. I was like, wait, do I have to clean this out? And the service trainer, who was my friend, was like, oh yeah, you have to clean that out. You can't just leave dirty stuff in the bathroom. And I was like, wait, this isn't even in a sterile container? Isn't there lady blood in this? And there was. Woo!
I don't know if we should be divulging this.
What do you mean divulging this?
I just feel like, I don't know.
I blame Steak and Shake. We might actually speedrun the shit out of this.
Dude. Maybe we'll get on CNN and be like, man
Let's
Play announces that Steak and Shake is breaking lots of public health rules.
Well, I hope they get caught for it. Isn't it only slander if it's false?
Yeah, actually. Well, I mean, it's been a long time, but...
Oh my god.
I can't imagine that it's
You can't imagine that it's okay with Steak and Shake?
I have actually worked a really bad job where there was so many health violations, it was ridiculous.
I don't want those ropes.
It was really, really gross.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. It was bad. I quit after a day.
I don't blame you at all.
But the other places I've worked at have been really good. Like, they would actually, get rid of food that wasn't used during the day and, like, make fresh food.
It's nice of them.
Astonishing, isn't it? And they would clean the kitchen every day.
I remember one time I went back and I was like, this table asked for well done at Steak and Shake. And the guy, the like, cook manager, he just goes, what do they think this is, a steakhouse? Go back and tell them they get it how they get it. And I was like, really? That seems unnecessary. How do those arrow traps detect movement through a tiki trap?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! Oh my god. Oh.
God, working in the food service industry, it's gotta be one of the most miserable jobs ever if you did it full time.
This will be...
I would be bored.
Woo!
I'd be bored and irritated. Well, I mean a lot of jobs I think I'd be bored and irritated, but this one in particular, you're on your feet all day.
They made me work, by the way, at my own high school graduation. I came in there as a guest because it was one of the few places open at midnight. Yeah, I know, I'm on the boss, that's right.
Yeah, well, this rivals, I understand. And then all your high school graduation...
And then they were like, you're in a nice shirt, work. We didn't hire enough employees today. It's only the local high school graduation that we forgot about.
And it's yours.
Yeah, and I was like, are you serious? Okay.
Yep. You graduated high in your class.
Well, that's okay. I learned for a little while to be a manual laborer, and I'm happy that I did. It's hard to call being a... Holy God. It's hard to call being a waiter a manual laborer.
You were just a teenager.
Yeah.
You weren't like supporting a family.
No, that's true. Though, when I had to roll silverware, which was like one of the worst tasks afterward, you had to do that every night.
I got really good at it.
I remember I got my first taste of, like, honest-to-God blue-collar racism when this lady whom I was working with just goes, like, she was another waitress, but she was much older than me, probably, like, 35 when I was, like, 17.
35's not that old anymore.
I know, but I said much older than me. I didn't say she was an old maid.
Okay.
Anyway, so I said, like, she was like, can you believe the Mexicans? And I was like... I thought she was just talking about the guys working in the kitchen who happened to be of Mexican persuasion.
Right.
And she goes, they're taking all of our jobs. And I was like, did you want to work as a cook here? And I was so naive as to what her point was. And she was like, no, they're taking all the good jobs. And I was like, really? And I just didn't know how to interact with this person. I knew for a fact that once she said that she was being racist. And she goes, I mean, I know that sounds racist, but I have a Mexican husband, so you know.
It's not?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, so I guess it doesn't count as racist? I don't know.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay. Fuck you, Olmec! What do you say to the god of death? Not today, you motherfucker!
Not today.
Not today! Ah! Ah! Speed run! Motherfucker! Ooh! Let's see if I actually made it in 8 minutes.
But we all know that he died.
The god of death?
Cirilio, whatever his name is.
Cirio Farrell?
Cirio Farelli.
Spoiler alert, he comes back in the 7th, 8th, and 9th books.
What?
Which haven't been written yet.
Fuck you.
That's not true.
I should...
Spoiler alert, he ends up being the most important player in the rest of the story.
Stop even talking.
Oh, if that ends up true, it would be awesome.
No.
Did I actually make it in the 8 minutes?
You made it.
I don't care about my score.
I said you made it.
Well, it didn't say I made it in the requisite amount of time. Fuck!
Oh.
I lost it by 30 seconds this time. Alright. Well, that was fun anyway, because I'll be remembered as a hero.